Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. Welcome to another video. So today we're going to work on these Interlace minis, and we have I'm calling it a mini ring. It's like a pinky ring, but it's just a small, it's a 12 millimeter Rivoli or Rivoli, so it's a smaller ring, and so I like it as a pinky ring, but you can use it on any finger. And then we have these earrings where I used a SS47 Chaton. That's an 11 millimeter Chaton, and the earrings I just saw so adorable. I wore these yesterday, and they're just so sparkly, but they're not huge, so they're really even big rings are every day. But if you're more of a small jewelry person, then these are great if you like a little smaller piece. So once we learn how to make these, the Interlace mini, then you'll be able to do this and these earrings. So this is the City Lights bracelet here. So I made the earring to go with the City Lights bracelet. So here's the earring, and I used the mini. I used a Chaton on this, and I didn't even bead the back on that one. I beaded the back on the others, and I'll show you how to do that. So here is we'll make the mate to this in another video. So that'll be the mate to the City Lights bracelet. And then I did a City Lights 2.0. So just because I was having so much fun with the minis that I kept making them, and the circles. So the nice thing about this is that you see here, if you use an unfoiled back, it's reversible. And very pretty. I mean, you can use a foiled back and bead the back, but I think it looks really pretty if you use an unfoiled stone. But you don't have to. So I used these jet stones, and they're unfoiled, so you can wear it either way. So you can wear it with the pattern on the back, the pattern on the front, pattern on the back, pattern on the front. So really either way, you can do it. So once we learn the minis, you'll be able to create these. All right, and so these will be another video. So we'll learn how to do the minis here in this video. So you'll be all set to do the bracelet if you want to do that. All right, so I'm going to clear the decks and get a materials list going, and we'll get started. All right, see you in a few. Let's get a materials list started. So you're going to start with your Rivolis or Chatons. So here they are. I have a few colors out here, and you want a bicone. So a 3 millimeter bicone. So mine are sort of matching. I'm matching them up a bit or using the color family. You can contrast it, like on this ring. I did the Rivoli on this ring is sort of an orangey color, and then I put Indian pink bicones around it, and I think it looks like sunset, so I really love that. But you can do anything. So I have Tanzanite and Tanzanite. I have this, I don't remember the name of this color. I've had this one a long time. I will find it. And I have Blue Opal, which I thought would be really beautiful. I love the opal colors with this. You can see it on there. Those are the opal colors around the edge. Very subtle but pretty. These are Bermuda Blue, and these are for Potomac Bead Company, the Chatons. And I think I have an Aqua or an Aqua AB, I'm not sure. These are Aqua Chatons, and they are Potomacs also. And I'm using the Pacific Opal Bicone, again an opal. It'll look just like this. You need an 11/0 seed bead. I'm using Smky Pewter. Now, I wasn't that crazy about this bead because they came all clogged, but it's a Miyuki, but they were all clogged. But as I use the tube, they're not as clogged, so I'm hoping that they'll be better in the future because I love this color. It's a cross between the nickel silver, which is much darker, and the sterling silver, which is super white bright. So I like this in-between finish. So hopefully I'll be buying more of those. A 15/0 seed bead, and this is matte metallic silver. You can use any colors you like, of course. You need a couple of ear wires. If you're doing the earrings, you need a size. I'm working on a size 12 beading needle. You don't need to use a 12. You can use an 11. You might even be able to get a 10. As long as you can get through the 15/0s. I'm working on using a size 12 beading needle without manhandling it and it turning into a mangled mess. So we'll see how I do. Some 6 or 8 pound Fireline. I think I'm using 6 here. A little stop bead. And that's about all you're going to need for this. So gather up your materials and we'll get started making these earrings and ring. All right, see you in a few. Okay, let's start. So thread your needle with about 4 feet of thread. Put on a stop bead and leave about a 15-inch tail because we're going to use that tail to make one side of the ring and the other end to make the band, the other end to make the other side of the band. If you're doing the earrings, you need about 2.5, 3 feet. That's a lot, so you don't really need that much. I probably could go with 2.5. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pick up one of your 3mm bicones and 4 11/0 seed beads. Just like that. I'm going to drop them down to my stop bead. And I'm going to come up the first seed bead after the bicone. Just like that. I'm going to pull that into a little unit, just like that. Pick up another bicone. And 4 seed beads. Drop them down. You want to make sure they're nice and close to each other. This is the face of your bezel, so you don't want any thread showing. Again, we're going to come up through the first seed bead after the bicone. Pull it tight. Just like that. Pick up one bicone. 4 seed beads. Drop them down close to your bicone. Come up the first seed bead after the bicone. And push that unit up to that bicone. So this is what you're going to do until you have 8 bicones and 8 little right angle weave units completed. And then meet me back here and we'll sew it together. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so I've got my units on. I have 8 bicones and 8 of my little right angle weave units. Now we're just going to make this into a circle. So I moved my stop bead out of the way. And I'm just going to sew from this end right through all the beads, through the bicone, the 11/0 bicone. So we're just going to go through and make it a circle. I'm going to come all the way around. Just keep coming through. I'm going to pass the stop bead. Just by a few beads. Oops. And I'm going to come out one of the 11/0s, just like that. Then I'm going to come up the side seed bead and the top seed bead. So I'm ready to put more beads on. That's what it looks like. I'm going to pick up a 15/0, a bicone, and a 15/0. Coming out of this 11/0, just going to hop over to the next one. I'm going to pick up a 15/0, an 11/0, and a 15/0. Coming out of this 11/0, I'm going to come through the next one. To pick up a 15/0, a bicone, and a 15/0. Coming out of this 11/0, I'm going to come through the next one. I'm just going to keep alternating until I get to the end. So then meet me back here and we'll continue on to the next step. All right, see you in a few. Okay, I'm coming down to the end. So I'm going to add my last 15/0, 11/0, and 15/0. I'm going to come through the next 11/0. So here's the unit here. Coming through this one, I'm going to continue through the 15/0, the bicone, the 15/0, the 11/0, 15/0, and I'm going to come out this center 11/0 between the 2 bicones. So you see that? Here's one bicone, here's the other, and there's 11/0 right in the center. So I'm going to come through there, just like that. It's going to start to cup up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm coming out of this 11-0. I have 4 bicones on and then the seed beads in between. I'm going to pick up 6 of my 15-0s. Now, if you are doing the chaton, pick up 5 15-0s. Okay? Same thing, only going to pick up 5 with the chaton, 6 with the Rivoli. So I'm coming out of that center 11-0 here. I'm going to hop over to the next one. So I'm skipping this bicone, this 11-0, all these beads here, and I'm going to come through this center one in between the 2 bicones. Just like that. Pick up 6. If you're doing the Rivoli, and 5 if you're doing the chaton. Coming out of this 11-0, going through the next center one, between the 2 bicones. Give that a pull. Do it again. Coming out of this one, skip to this one. One more time. Coming out of this one, skip all these, come through the original one, that 11-0 right there. Just like that. Okay, and keep it loose at this point because we want to put the stone in. All right, so I'm just going to let you get to that point, and then we'll come back and we'll put the stone in together. All right, see you in a minute. Okay, so let's get the stone in. So you can just sort of move it around with your thumb to loosen it up. Then just slip your stone in. And if you need to loosen a little bit, you can. And then when you pull, we have to go around it again, but this is how it's going to sit in there. This is what it looks like. I'll show you. I'll just pop the, even though the chaton, we do 5, this is how the chaton, see, they look the same, really. I just find that 5 is a little bit of a better fit for the chaton. So let me go back to my Rivoli, put that guy in. Oops. Let's get him, push him in there a little bit, give it a pull. And then before you do anything else, I want you to reinforce this back. So you're coming out of the 11-0, just come around all the beads that you just put on. I have one that's a little stuck. There we go. I love these pewter seed beads. They just need to clear them out a little bit better. Here we go. Now you can go around a couple of times, and I would suggest you do that just because you have the space in there, so you might as well make it nice and snug. Ouch. So you can, you can keep going, and I just poked myself. These little size 12 beading needles they're like they're so sharp. Okay, so let's just turn it around and take a look at the other side. So there you go. I love it with the Air Blue Opal. It's really pretty. All right, so keep going around. So reinforce a couple of times until it feels nice and snug. Give it a nice pull like that, and then meet me back here and we'll start on the band. How fast is this? All right, see you in a few. Okay, we're back. So here's my Rivoli, here's my chaton. We're going to bead the back of the chaton so that if you, because just to cover that point, that's a killer point, isn't it? Look at that, that's sharp. It's a weapon. All right, so we'll put this one aside. We'll get to the band in a couple of minutes on that, but if you're making the earring, let's bead the back of this. All right, so you're coming out of an 11-0 on the back. one of these in the corner, right here, one of the 4 corners. Just going to pick up 5 15-0s. Just come through the next 11-0. Just hop over those 15-0s so that's what it looks like. Do it again. Through the next one. Do it again. Do the next one. Just like that. Do the next one. So now you have this. So I'm just going to pop them up just a little bit like that. So you're coming out of an 11-0. Just needle through the first 3 beads of that first line of beads you put on. So the next 3 beads in the line, just like that. That's what it looks like. Pick up a bicone. Just come through the 3rd bead of this group of 5. So that's going to be the center bead. Let me see if I can pop it up there. Get through, just like that. Pick up a bicone. Do that on the next one. Come through bead number 3. Just like that. Pick up a bicone. Come through the next one. That 3rd bead of the next line. Pick up a bicone. Come through number 3. So you're coming back. Just like that. Now you have 4 bicones on and the back is done. So you want to just reinforce everybody. So come through the bicone and the seed bead. Bicone, seed bead. Oops. Bicone, seed bead. Bicone, seed bead. And you just want to do that till it's nice and snug. And then just tie a couple of half-hitch knots, wherever. Like you're coming out of the seed bead, I would just flip under this one, make a knot, come through the bicone, excuse me, and the seed bead. And then you could just do that through all 4 bicones, and then your back is all beaded and you're ready to put an ear hook on. So get that done and then maybe back here we'll make an earring out of this and then we'll do the band on the ring. See you in a few. Okay, let's make an earring out of this. So I'm just kind of playing with this a little bit, so let me just backtrack a little bit. Okay. So I don't have another one of these, and it's closed, so I don't want to take it off, but I did find a lever back, which I think would be cool. And I found this post, which I think would be really kind of neat. So let's play with the post. And also, just one other thing, just because I'm always thinking about stuff, how about putting a bail on it and making a little pendant, like a solitaire out of it? I mean, that's really pretty with this sort of sparkly bail, or you can just go casual. There's a little silver, sterling silver bail. So another thought. All right. So my thread is short, which is not good, so make sure yours isn't. So you're coming out of one of the 11-0s on the bezel. I just want you to work your way around this right angle weave unit here because we want to get back here. This is where we're going to attach our beads and our ear wire between these 2 beads. So you're coming out of here. Let's come through this one. Come through this one. Pick up an 11-0. Drop that down. Come through your ring, your ear wire, whatever you're putting on, pick up another 11/0, come through the one right over here, just like that. And when I pull it tight, this is how it goes. That's kind of cute. All right, so now you want to reinforce this, so you're coming out of this 11/0, come around this unit, come through the 11/0, the bicone, and the 11/0, so you're popping over to cross to the next unit, and then you're just going to come through all the beads again, here, here, it's a little picky right here. Just make sure you get through everybody and the circle or the ring. Back down through this again. So you want to do that a couple of times. Of course, I'm running out of thread, so I don't have the thread to do it a couple of times. If you can get right across, you can. And then you just want to do that a couple of times until you are until it's nice and secure. And actually, I think that's kind of cute. So you can make a little post out of this. Just like that. All right. So if you don't do the post, then you do the same exact thing with the lever back and the same exact thing with a regular ear wire. All right, so get that done, and then don't forget to tie some knots. You want this nice and snug, so go around and tie some half-hitch knots around and see if you can get at least 2 or 3. Reinforce it 2 or 3 times until you have it, until it's nice and secure. All right, so get that done and meet me back there, and we'll do the ring. All right, see you in a few. Okay, let's make a ring. So you're going to have 2 threads coming out. Remember, we left this long thread on the front of the bezel, and then you're going to have this thread on the back. If you don't, you can always add thread and to make the band. It really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put these into position. So you want your threads coming out on an opposite sides, because you're going to make part of the band this way and part of the band this way. So thread your tail that's on the front of the bezel here. Make sure you're coming out of an 11/0. We're just going to work with these 2 beads here to start the band. So come through this bead and this one. Now this thread is in position to make this side of the band. So let's get this one in position. Doesn't matter where your threads are. You're going to do it the same way, no matter where they've come out. So make sure you're coming out of an 11/0 on the back. Come through the 15/0, 11/0, 15/0, the bicone. Just moving this thread over. Then this 15/0 and this 11/0. And now I have a thread on one side and a thread on the other side, and I can start the band. All right, so I'm just going to let you get to that point and then come on back and we'll start the band. Okay, we're back. So we have both our threads coming out of the right beads to start the band. So start with either side. Pick up 2 of your 11/0s. I like that guy. Coming out of here, just pop over to the next one, just to place those beads on. And then we're going to come all the way around. So coming out of here, come through this one, come through these 3 on the front, 11/0, bicone, 11/0, come through this one, come up through the next one and this one right there to start our herringbone. Pick up 2 coming out of here, just pop through this one just like that. Straighten them out like you would any herringbone, just like that. We're going to come around the band one more time, or around these units one more time. So come through. I just want to secure this. Just come through the same beads you came through before. So this unit, the 3 beads on the front, you have plenty of room in there. Use your size 12 beading needle. This one. And then come up through. Want these 3, you want to come up through 3 on the side. I can only get through 2. I'm going to just do that. All right, there's my band. So then we're just going to continue doing this. Well, we're going to continue with the herringbone. We've already secured it, so we're going to come down, pick up 2, come down the next bead, come up these 2. And if you don't know herringbone, I have how-tos on my channel that you can take a look at. Because I'm going to kind of pop through this. All right, so here we're coming out of here again, pick up 2, come down this one, come up these 2. I can only get 1, so I'm just going to do 1 at a time. And that's how your band is going to go on. So you're going to keep doing this until you have half the length of the band. So for me, I think I have a size 4 pinky, 4 or 5, something like that. I think I needed 13 this way, and then of course 13 this way. I mean, if it's not exactly the same amount, it doesn't matter. Just bring it around your finger until you get to the, to the halfway mark here, and you'll be able to judge that. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. You're already set up to do it, so you just repeat that on the other side, and then meet me back here when you got your 2 lengths done, and then we'll sew it together. All right, see you in a few. Okay, so I've got both my sides done, and I made it for this pinky, and it took 14 to get around. So just check it, just measure it. You can even put it on a little ring mandrel, which is always nice to have. So here I have both my pieces done. So now I'm just going to sew them together. And I'm going to use both threads. So I'll hold it around my finger. So I'm coming out of one of the beads here. I'm just going to come right across the other side. Cut them down maybe 3 or 4 beads. I just want to attach it right now, just like that. Then I'm going to take my other side. I come down a few beads on this side to pull that together. All right, so now you're attached, but you want to really reinforce this. And we're going to go through the band several times to make the band, see how it's firm. It makes it a little firm. It's not too floppy. Okay, so here I'll hold it like that. I'll put it on my thumb. Oh, actually, let me go back to this finger. Okay, so I'm coming out of here. I'm just going to come around again this way, and then I'm going to come up through this side. See how I'm switching sides? Come up a few more, like that. I'm going to take this one. Come down. Let's see, make sure I'm coming out of the right place. Yes. I'm going to come down past the join here, a few beads, and as you do that, see how it's starting to solidify a little bit. And then I'm going to keep going. So you can do that again, and then I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to come through all the beads again. I just want to get this really secure. I'm going to come through. Let's see. Should we come through these again? Yeah, let's come through these again. You don't have to do this. You can actually go across and come down again, but I'm just going to secure this by coming through the band again. As long as you have room to go through. And I'm coming around to the other side. See? Come through this guy, or these guys, and then I'm going to come all the way down the other side. Just like this. I'm going to keep going as long as I have room in these beads, and there's plenty of room, especially with my size 12 beading needle. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come back around, come around, and then I'm going to take the other thread and I'm going to reinforce as well. And the more you do that, you see that it gets more firm, and it straightens out really nicely. So I think this one's probably going to be, well, actually it will fit. So just repeat that step until it's as firm as you like it to be. Let me, oh, excuse my hand a minute, moving away. I just want to pull out. So here, that's what it's going to look like. So you'll just, as I said, you'll just keep reinforcing until that band is nice and secure. Okay, so get that done and then come on back and we'll look at our beautiful pieces. All right, see you in a few. Okay, back. Let's look at our cuties. So here we go. Got a lot of rings going here. Here's one we just made today. So cute. And here are all the earrings. I'm really liking the post. I think just play with it and you can do all kinds of stuff with them. So get your mini down, because once we get the mini done, like I said, this is gonna be the next video. So this will be next week, so like the end of next week. So I get the video and the sample made. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you make these little minis and make them in spring colors, because we really need some warmth and some spring. And I'm so happy to be back from my vacation and beading again and talking to you all again. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.